Hey, what's going on, guys? It's ETA Prime back here again. Today I'm back with the Xiaomi Mi Box, and I want to test out some MAME within Retroarch. I've had a few requests here. I am using the NVIDIA Shield controller connected with a USB cable. I have several controllers, and I've just been testing all of them. Xbox One S controller with Bluetooth works, Mad Catz CT-RLR, Nyko Playpad, wired Xbox 360 controller. All of them work great. You need to configure them within whichever emulator or game you are using. We're going to get right into it. I was lucky enough to get one of these early from Walmart. I'll leave a SKU down below. You can call your local Walmart or show up. Give them the SKU and see if they have any in stock. My wife and kids had to drive 50 miles away to get this one. But it's a cool little box. It has an Amlogic quad-core S905x CPU, 2 GB of RAM, 8 GB of eMMC storage built in, no Ethernet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, one USB 2.0 port, but I am using a 4-port USB hub, and it works great. I can have 3 controllers connected and a USB, 2 controllers, a USB, and my mouse and keyboard, whatever combo works. So I'm here with Retroarch. Now I've set this up to look like, as a lot of people think, Laka, but this is the XBM front end for Retroarch, and you can enable this very easily. So I have a few games here, and we're going to get right into it. But before we get started, MAME is freaking confusing. I mean, there are so many different ROM sets that don't work with different versions of MAME. You need to do your research. Sometimes it all boils down to the luck of the draw. I mean, just trying out a game in a certain emulator, and it ends up working. Let's start off with Gauntlet. Now, I'll be using Arcade MAME, the core for this one. And I like this NVIDIA Shield controller connected with a USB cable, because everything's just set up. It's made for Android TV, so it works perfectly. Throwing a couple coins there. Now I do have sound on here, and this game runs very, very slow. I could have the wrong ROM set. I'm not sure.
100 points.
I have tested this on the NVIDIA Shield, and it runs really good with the same settings. So it could boil down to hardware. Oh, geez. Wrong button. It's definitely playable. It seems laggy to me. Now, I could be wrong here. I mean, this could be the way the game ran.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. I understand that.
Say keys to open doors.
But that sound is very, very glitchy. Don't hit that door. Grab this chest. Get me some potion.
For later use.
Okay. That's why I did it. Yeah, sometimes it just, I hit the button and it doesn't want to work. So the game runs kind of crappy. Really not sure if it's the emulator or the hardware. But I do have more games to test. We're going to exit this one here and try a different game. Close the game. Next up, we'll do Pac-Man. We're going to run this in Arcade MAME. So obviously Pac-Man is going to run very, very good. Pretty much any hardware I've tested this game on, it runs flawlessly. I've never really been a big Pac-Man player, so I don't have a strategy here. I just go around and try to get all the dots, and Now, I know there is strategy to the game. Like, there's a way to get to the very end where the game glitches out, but I've never really been into it. So those are some older MAME games. We're going to try some newer arcade games here using MAME 2003. Back out. Make sure we close this. For some reason, if I start the other game, it'll go right back to Pac-Man or the last game that I was using. Oops. One of the best arcade games ever made, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Don't get this confused with Cadillacs and Dinosaurs 2 because that game sucked. And we're going to use Arcade MAME 2000. So like I said before, you really need to do your homework when you're trying to run MAME on anything. Different ROM sets don't work with certain emulators, and it can be a headache. That's why I always opt to use Final Burn Alpha. And I'm going to be testing that a little later on. Or in another video. But this game runs really, really good. Come on. Dude, she would mess you up. Give me that salad. Give me that turkey. Oh, that was a bag of gold. Never mind. Oh, man. Just blow them away. So Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, I want to say was on Sega Saturn, or I think it was Sega Saturn. It might have been Sega CD. I think it was Sega CD, but God, it was horrible. It was a in-a-car on-rails game, and it was nothing. They shouldn't have ever called it Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, because this is the real Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. In my opinion. And I gotta say, if you ever played the other one, you're gonna hate it, man. Alright, so yeah, runs good. We'll back out. I got one more game to try. Another really awesome arcade game. The Simpsons. 4-player edition here. And I'm using MAME 2000 with this one, yeah. So with these MAME games, a lot of them, like this one was the 4-player set, so it had 4 separate controls. Right now I'm on controller 1, so I'm only going to be able to play as Marge. But if you switch this controller to, let's say, player 2, you could choose a different character. Player 3 would be Homer, player 4 would be Bart, or whatever the order is. And I gotta turn the sound down for this because I'm sure I'm gonna get flagged for this game. Sound is amazing on this one though. And as you can see, the gameplay is great. So if you guys want to see this like with 2 players, let me know. When my wife gets home, I can see if I can hook up another controller and record another video of this game, and let's say Cadillacs and Dinosaurs with 2 players. I'm sure it's going to run pretty well though. Get off me, yo! Good thing about this is you don't have to waste your quarters. Just tap a button and throw a couple more in. There we go. Now we got 12 retries here. Because I know when I was younger, I wasted lots of money on this game. Can I? Come on. Get out of here. Give me that crusty burger. Ah, get out. And you know they had this on the hardest setting in the arcades. Come on. You know what? I'm not even worried about it. I don't have to waste any money. Just going to take him out. Yeah, it'd already be out about $1.50, $1.25. Sweet. So MAME does work good. Some games are going to run better than others. It's kind of odd that Gauntlet is very slow. This is a revision 14. I might have the wrong ROM set here. I'm not really sure. But I know that the Simpsons and Cadillacs and Dinosaurs takes a lot more processing power than Gauntlet. And Gauntlet is a little bit laggy. So, kind of weird. I appreciate you guys watching. If you want to see anything else running on this unit, let me know in the comments below. And I will try my hardest to get something made later on this week. I am going to be making the Neo Geo video very shortly. Like always, thanks for watching.